championships, but District 1 has had its fair share of state championships, and Central Lyon, George Little Rock right up towards the top. They do have 6 starters returning from last year. They are going to be a team that I think just reloads up there in the northwest part of the state.
Oh my, and you know, they lose one of the best football players we've seen, the young kid, for the last couple of years, and it's been great because one of the things when you see 2 programs continue to fight, and it's just been them and Solon finding each other because they just have, and they might find each other again this year. And Jordan Gackey, one of the best all-around athletes in the state, up there, and you know, sometimes those kids up at Enwood just seem like they're, you know, whether it was LeVar Woods or who, they just seem like they're so far out there. But they, this kid's a good football player, and he'll be really carrying them on his shoulders. Is it enough? Are they going to be good enough to get back there and find Solon? Because baby, Solon's going to be there. I mean, unless there's some major, something really throws a wrench in it. But will they be the team that comes back out of there? That'll be fun to watch. And I'm with you though. There's always a team in that district up there that, you know, comes out of it pretty good. And Central Lyon's really, after years of voting for them in the AP, years and years of voting for them in the AP, and I'm just like, they never make it in the playoffs. All of a sudden, they were like St. Albert. They're there. So good for them.
And look for them to try to make a return. Of course, in District 2, you've got some interesting teams there. Cherokee, Eagle Grove, a team that made the playoffs last season. And then, of course, Humboldt and Galva-Holstein, who makes the jump up from 1A to 2A. There's some pretty good traditional teams right there.
Yeah, and don't forget, you know, for you basketball fans out there, the boys from Palmer are going to be playing football for Pocahontas area this year. I read that in some notes. So yeah, that'll be a fun district too. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Thomas and Humboldt able to do, because they had that spike up, great championship team, those 3A schools the last couple of years with them and Keokuk, good programs, but jumping up and beating powerhouses. I think that is so cool to watch, and the emotion. So a year removed, it'll be neat to see what they do in 2A.
And of course, Eagle Grove, Jordan Voss, there's a lot of good talent here in this 2A field
Yes.
as well that's getting some looks, not only from Division I schools, but you're looking at Division II, so there's definitely going to be some talent on display this fall. And of course, Dave, when you think about it too, in Class 2A, you mentioned Solon. Who else is going to be jumping up there in your crystal ball to contend maybe for a top 2 or top 3 spot here at the start of the season?
Well, I don't know if I had any sleepers. I mean, I like PCM as a sleeper, and I think Humboldt moving down is interesting. But over all the years, if you make it predictions and I'm just trying to have fun with it. If you're betting with your heart, there's one thing. But if you're just going to be like honest, you don't go against teams that have been there and have showed the way. And so, I mean, I think Central Lyon's probably going to be in the mix again. Tipton Wilton will be good. And sometimes the teams come out and surprise you. And I haven't talked to a lot of coaches in 2A directly on the phone to see what's going on, those 7-on-7s, what happened. So any that you have on your radar? I mean,
well, in District 3, you got to take a look at Roland Story
Yep.
City. The Norsemen look to be a little bit better. South Hardin, this is going to be an interesting mixture of teams in District 3, along with maybe Gilbert could rise up. Dyke New Hartford's going to be a part of that district. So, Dave, there are some good quality teams and programs right there.
I forgot about Dyke New Hartford, obviously moving up, and they are a powerhouse, and they've got a kid this year that maybe he doesn't run a 4.3 40 or anything, but on football tape, he looks like he's the fastest kid in America. So keep an eye on him. And yeah, I'm a big Dyke New Hartford fan, and they also went through a little bit of that problem this year with some of the natural disasters. So good luck to them and Coach Pet's up there.